Everybody keeps saying, this can't happen, that can't happen. When I tell them stuff the Lord has shown me. It's become a uphill battle. And yet, days later, things roll out. You know, I told folks starting in like 2019 into 2020, that there was a famine coming. And people said, no, that can't happen. Why? Because you thought the industries, with all your canned foods and all your packaged foods and whatnot like that, and the stores would always be full. And before I get too deep into this, let me say Maranatha. And I'm going to say the Lord's Prayer. I cry, Abba, Father, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive our trespasses, O Lord, as we forgive those that trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever, in Jesus' mighty name. This is just a brief break-in. I still have open posts that I'm still trying to get up. Those will be placed up after this one as soon as possible. Part 11 will be broken into 2 parts due to a time issue. Technical difficulties. But anyway, part 12 will follow part 11 on the one I'm currently uploading on Facebook, which is a prideful abomination and sodomite sins. I will finish uploading that after this one. But this is a brief break-in just to talk about something really quick, like this famine, for example, that I was just speaking about, the famine and things like that. I was told that can't happen. And because you all continue to see stuff in your favorite places to shop. Well, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but there's a lockdown again in China. And if China's not putting out stuff because they're on lockdown, do you know what that means for the industry itself? Do you know what that means for Walmart and the stuff that they would be receiving in shipments? The goods that they would be selling, including your groceries. And not just that, there's a lot of places. I mean, we're almost at the end of 2022, and they're wanting to put their AIs into everything, to run everything. Why do you think they're locking people down? It gets worse than that. From my understanding, which I'll be sharing it a little more, but people are dying in China because of these lockdowns. Oh, well, that doesn't concern you, though, does it? Of course it wouldn't, son of sin. Why would it concern you that other humans are dying because they are being mistreated by those in charge? Well, you better listen well, because those same ones that are in charge over there are part of the beast system. The same ones that's in charge here now. And if you think that totalitarian state of mind is not going to travel the globe, and that those tyrants aren't going to be everywhere, and that they're not going to be doing the same things, then you are believing a strong delusion, or you're one of those tyrants. But if you're not one of those tyrants, then you should be praying for these people, for their deliverance, for their protection. Doesn't matter if you know them personally. Some of them could be Christian people. They could be your brothers and sisters in the Lord. They could be the sons of God. The beast only seeks to destroy that which is not his. Think about that. And if you're living high on the hog right now and your life is so peachy keen, you should think of the others around you. Because let me tell you a little secret about how I tithe. Everybody's up in arms about the tithing. I tithe by giving to those that God himself, Jesus, yes, because I hear his voice, tells me to give to. And I did that. I did that in abundance. Not just here. I went all over the U.S. doing things the Lord told me to do, helping those the Lord told me to help, when he told me to do it. Y'all make such a big deal about the tithing and you're not even doing it correctly. That was to make sure that there was always food in the storehouse for the people throughout the area, so that God's people would not have to beg bread. I look around and I wonder, how did we get from serving the one true God to where we are now, where no one really knows who he is? How did we go from Father Abraham, that old Jew, who fought a lot, and to the point they split up and went their separate ways, but they still loved each other. So much that that old Jew argued with the Lord to spare Lot's life. And Jesus knew he was going to do that, of course. And he likes it when we debate with him about things we are passionate about. When we come to him with troubles that trouble us, when we are troubled for others. And Abraham begged for Lot's life, and God spared Lot. See, Jesus already knew there was not 10 righteous in that city, but he allowed Abraham to believe he was chewing him down. Because Jesus loves to please us. He loves for us to think we're actually helping and we're doing something good. He wants us to be a part of it. Oh, he could do it without us, absolutely. But that's not what he wants. What he wants is for his to come and work beside of him. To work beside of him. He makes us a part of what he does. We are a part of his plan. Not because he needed us, but because he loves us and wanted us there. in His plan. Do you know what that means? Do you truly comprehend and understand what that means, beloved? That means you are loved beyond measure. So much so that Jesus came and died for you. God Himself came and died for you because He was God. And what He spoke had to become so, which meant His children had to die. Because He told Adam that they would surely die. But He made an amendment with His own blood to buy us back onto Himself. He's an amazing God with an amazing plan. And though He slay me, yet will I trust in Him. I used to know everything that He was going to do before He did it. Growing up, He would tell me all the time. Now what He does, some stuff He tells me. But what He does for me personally is a surprise. Right now, He's just been waiting on my faith to catch up. Me to be still for a few minutes and just believe. So that's what I've been doing the last few days. Just believing. Because little is much. Little is much if God is in it. So remember that with what's coming. China's got those lockdowns. The industry's taking another hit. Those supplies, do you think they're killing those people for leaving their homes to go get supplies that they need? Do you think they're actually going to care about sending supplies here to the stores here? No. Those jobs at Walmart and stuff are about to go poof. Bye-bye. And if all these other jobs start collapsing, it's going to be like dominoes. Think about that. Boom, 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 boom. One goes down, they all go down. If there's no food and no supplies, they can't keep hospitals, doctors' offices, schools, things like that open either. Your jobs are not as secure as you think they are. I tried to warn you. You should have been more grateful when Jesus was doing everything for you. But no, you thought it was all at your own hands. And now all that you had at your own hands is about to be taken away. And you're about to find out that you should have been laying your treasures up in heaven, not here on earth. You should have been about the Father's business instead of your own. But since Jesus went away on the cross and then He came back and then He went away again to the Father, as you all say, He returned back to that which that He was, God, being God. But since that happened, look what y'all did. You got into this world. You got wrapped up in TV and phones and computers and all your wants. And Jesus barely comes in dead last to most of you. And not even that, to a great lot of you. Well, to most of you actually. Very few of you even think of Him anymore. You did not retain God in your knowledge. Remember that.